Dear friends, welcome to the Wednesday Word on Wednesday the 13th of March. Last Sunday at the 11 o'clock and 10 o'clock we were thinking about the extraordinary influence that Joseph had, whether that was in Potiphar's house or in prison or eventually in Pharaoh's palace. I'm really grateful to somebody who sent me a link to the London Institute for Contemporary Christianity and their 6 M's for how God works through us to bless the places where we live and work. So let me just summarise what I said on Sunday about the 3 M's. The first one is modelling godly character. This means keeping your cool when a colleague or somebody you're serving is provoking or tempting you. This is what Joseph did when tempted by Potiphar's wife. But maybe it's using your gifts to further the success of your business, as Joseph did to spectacular effect in Pharaoh's service. We're all bearers of the fruit of the Holy Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Secondly, making good work. Sometimes our everyday tasks can seem a bit meaningless, boring, or just a means to an end. But making good work means realising that everything we do is working for the Lord and not for men. Joseph made great good out of his gift of interpretation just by being available to the cupbearer and the baker in the tedium of the prison. In my last church, we had a woman who worked on the checkout at Waitrose. Her queue was always the longest because so many people wanted to talk to her as they paid for their shopping. She did her job for the glory of God and the blessing of others. Thirdly, ministering grace and love. Joseph noticed that the cupbearer and the baker were looking dejected, and he asked them what was wrong. Someone went with a friend to hospital at 1 o'clock in the morning when she had an unwritten essay due in 10 hours' time. A boss didn't just fire somebody, but gently offered support and comfort in a redundancy meeting and followed up afterwards of suggestions of jobs to apply for. But it could be something as simple as a timely cup of coffee or taking 10 minutes to talk with somebody who's struggling. The next one is moulding culture. Pharaoh was so impressed by Joseph and his ability to interpret dreams that he promoted Joseph to being in charge of the palace. And from that position, he was able to provide for the whole of Egypt in the famine. We can make a huge impact on our society or our culture just by serving as best we can to make the world a better place. Think of the opportunities that A Rocha has to speak now at the highest levels of the global environmental movement because of their faithful work to protect endangered habitats and promote care for creation. Fifth, being mouthpieces for truth and justice. Even though the chief cupbearer completely forgot about Joseph when he was restored to his position, Joseph never mentions the matter again. And we do this every single day. It can be as simple as refusing to take revenge, or engaging in gossip at the school gate, or by speaking up for a colleague who's been overlooked. Or it could be bigger, making sure that other people get the credit they deserve when we could have taken it ourselves. And then finally, being a messenger of the gospel. Potiphar, the prison warder, and Pharaoh, they all knew that Joseph's success was due to God's blessing on him. And that's because Joseph didn't shy away from telling them that he was living from the Lord. He said that to go to bed with Potiphar's wife was a sin against the Lord. He told the cupbearer and the baker that God had given him the ability to interpret dreams. And he tells Pharaoh that his dreams are messages from God about the future. He's very clear about his faith to those around him, but he doesn't force it on them. What a great example to us of being an appropriate messenger of the gospel, having a desire to share the Lord with those around us, and when we can, to communicate that message. So the 6 M's all work together. They're all part of our witness to those around us of God's action in our lives. So whether you're at university, in employment, job seeking, or a full-time parent or grandparent, may you be encouraged, equipped, inspired, and released by Joseph's story to live for God's glory. And if you'd like to read some other stories of the 6 M's in action, just go to the LICC website. God bless you today.